It's not kebab, is it, Dad?
Sadly not. No.
What type of pie is it?
Steak and ale.
Steak and ale pie. So,
Not bad.
this is the type of content that you won't get anywhere else. I'm going to assure you of that fact. Hello, fine people of YouTube, and welcome to this, the second ever HITC Sevens vlog. And after I said that it was going to be a one-off, what do I know? Absolutely nothing, as I have shown many times on this channel. Not just wrong, but also a liar, because if you watched the first vlog, and don't worry if you haven't, just watch it at the end. Critics are calling it unmissable, so, you know, not my words, theirs. Yeah, it ended with an epic cliffhanger, which was after I got home from England against Croatia, England's Euro 2020 opener. I had an email from UEFA, or from someone claiming to be from UEFA, saying that I'd won tickets to England versus Scotland, England's second group game of Euro 2020. And the most significant, I think you could say, from a sort of emotional, historic, geographical standpoint. So yeah, that was exciting, but I wasn't sure whether it was legitimate. You can deduce from this video that it was. And I have received the tickets, the digital tickets, and we're going to be going to England against Scotland. That is tomorrow. I'm recording this video at the start. I'm recording the start of the vlog the night before, like I did last time around, if you watched the first one. So yeah, I'm still not 100% sure how I won these tickets. I did enter a competition from a company, Gazprom, who are one of the sponsors of Euro 2020. I could only assume that's it, but the email did not mention Gazprom once, which seems unusual, but it seems the most plausible explanation, I suppose. Gazprom, for those of you who don't know, is like a Russian majority state-owned corporation, energy corporation, mostly gas, I believe, and it is it's one of the worst polluters in the world. I think it's second only to Saudi Aramco in terms of, you know, like putting CO2 emissions into the planet. It's had fraud allegations. There's allegations even that Vladimir Putin personally owns like 4 or 5% of Gazprom, which Gazprom is a huge corporation, and that's supposed to be like the source of his vast personal fortune. Again, these are allegations, but you know, on that side of things, you could say Gazprom not great. On the flip side, tickets to England versus Scotland, they've given me tickets, it looks like, for Euros. So you got to put things on scales, haven't you, in life? And on the balance of things, at the moment, I would say Gazprom are quite good. Just, you know, on the balance of things, you know, you could pros and cons, aren't there? If they saw me out for another game, then they're right in my good books, to be honest. They could do what they want. Drill Antarctica, Royal, you know. Are glaciers even that important? Probably yes. But anyway, England versus Scotland, as you will have heard, I am sure, lots over the last few days, is the oldest rivalry, at least in international football, but among the oldest even in any form of football. In the club game, I guess Hallam and Sheffield FC are still going. That probably predates it a little bit, but irrelevant. So yeah, tonight is the night before the game, and I will pick it up with you in the morning. Before I leave you, I'll be going with my dad again, so you will get to meet him again. Some of you said you couldn't really hear him because of this mic not being close enough to him, so I'll try to fix that, and all of the other little bugbears that you had to make it the best vlog ever. I'm pretty sure this time we'll do it, if we didn't already. Good morning. How the devil are you? Hopefully better than me. As you can probably tell, I've been afflicted by a rather serious bout of hay fever overnight, but it will not succeed in tempering my excitement ahead of England versus Scotland. This is my excited face after only a few hours sleep. I was up until about 2:30 because I decided to make a video about England, the legacy of England beating Germany 5-1 back in 2001. which just is really long. It's about half an hour long. So you've got that masterpiece to look forward to. It should be out in the next few days. But for now, we shall stick to the vlog. This is just a quick one to say it is the morning. Give you, a full, complete perspective of the day. As I may or may not have said, can't really remember, last night, again, it was late. We'll be leaving about midday today, around about 12 o'clock, even though it is an 8 o'clock kickoff, because one, we had to be in the ground for 5 o'clock. Not sure whether that's because something comes with the tickets, who knows, we shall see, or just whether it's to do with COVID and they want you to be in early. Even the Croatia tickets, we had to be there 2 hours early, so that wouldn't be that unusual, but we'll see. I shall, of course, keep you in the loop and try to video whatever happens. Right, it is T minus, well, I don't know, about 10 minutes until takeoff, well, set off. Not going in a rocket, just a car, I suspect. Hopefully not a convertible car like last time, or at least not with the roof down, because as you can see, it is, hopefully you can see there, it's pretty wet, pretty damp. Nothing like the Croatia game. I have gone for, well, I've just got a t-shirt on at the moment, but I will be taking a jacket just in case. You needed to know that for the purpose of this vlog. So yes, setting off any minute now. I think we're actually going to be a bit late because he isn't here yet, and we still have to do the lateral flow tests. Maybe that's why he's late. You might recall if you watched that Croatia vlog that he did not enjoy that. But got to do what you got to do. The old man has arrived. There he is, papped well and truly. Hello. First petrol stop of the journey. Not actually getting petrol. Dad just needed something to eat. I ate before we left. Planned ahead. Just been having a good conversation about Scottish independence and Irish reunification. I'm sorry that I wasn't recording for that. My apologies. Just a quick update. It's pissing it down, to be quite frank. Luckily got a jacket in the bag. I will catch up with you. Dad has to stop at another petrol station to meet someone for work. Yeah, I know, bit suspect. Don't know what he's up to these days, but yeah, I'll see you there. Fourth stop off. Dad's met his something to do with work apparently. No, it's been raining the entire time. Mid-vlog, Dad interrupting me. Yeah, in case you didn't hear that, it's been raining pretty heavily the entire time. I'll give you a little look. Chucking it down. Dad keeps making a crap joke that the Scottish will enjoy it because it's the weather they're used to, as if we tend to get glorious sunshine in England. So yeah, we're about St Albans, I think, if you're familiar with the geography of the south of England. We have not long until we're there. Not looking forward to the walk to the ground as much as the Croatia game. Going to be wet. We are in the fancy part of Wembley Stadium, coming through the Bobby Moore suite. We're now walking all the way around Club Wembley because we've got about 2.5 hours to kill. Say hello. You still hasn't got a kebab, have you? No, but we're exploring eateries before kick-off. It's not a kebab, is it, Dad?
Sadly not. No.
What type of pie is it?
Steak and ale.
Steak and ale pie. So,
not bad.
This is the type of content that you won't get anywhere else. I'm going to assure you of that fact. The man is genuinely Googling his kebab place to see the opening hours.
Just at 10:30, it's all a bit sad.
It's looking unlikely. Right, is this on? Right. How's that for a view? I'll focus it on me. We're in nice and early again. I'll give you a little show around. I'll do it slower this time because last time I just sort of like threw it around. If you ever wondered what Wembley looks like with barely a soul in it,
It's a little bit like that.
Okay, be honest, how long have you had
A little bit of aggro outside the ground, nothing major. Someone threw a lighter at me. I think it was unintentional though. Right, about an hour and a half until kick-off. It's a good view. Thought I'd give you a bit of an introduction to England versus Scotland. Bit of a history lesson. Dad, feel free to partake. I'll put the camera nearer to you. So, often described as the oldest rivalry in football, certainly the oldest in international football. The first official international was between England and Scotland in 1872. You're at that one. Pan to you. Wasn't really the first. Representative teams had played each other for a couple of years before that, but that's the one that FIFA recognises as being the first. And it was a bore draw, 0-0, not a goal in sight. A bit of trivia, that day the Scotland team, the entire 11, starting 11 for Scotland, all played for Queen's Park, who dominated the early era of Scottish football. Before professionalism came in and they remained amateur, as I believe they do to this day, and obviously then they lost most of their best players. The England team, by contrast, only 2 players from the same team, 9 different clubs represented. Of course, there is a bit of an argument between England and Scotland as to who invented football in its modern form. Football was first codified in its official form in England, but certainly the Scottish revolutionised football and dragged it kicking and screaming into, well, what was the 20th century, I suppose. Through Queen's Park primarily, and their sort of pass and move style. At the time, football in England was very individualistic. People would pick up the ball and just run with it. And then the Scots, having a bit more comradeship, passed it around a bit. And then that sort of migrated down to Newcastle, who had a cohort of Scottish players, and then they dominated English football for a fair old while, and then it took off everywhere else. You might be thinking there are a few players who seemingly still haven't got the memo of the passing, but yeah, there's a little history lesson for you. What's your most memorable, I think I know what you're going to say, most memorable England-Scotland game?
Well, it was the one where I accidentally ended up in Glasgow the night before.
Was that your 96 or not?
Yeah.
Right.
It was.
That was probably what I would have guessed.
Yes. That was an interesting experience.
Are you gonna elaborate, or is it not fit for YouTube?
Well, I was with a friend and we were out in Glasgow, and it was the night before the game, not the night of the game. But they were all getting ready to get on the milk train down in the morning, and Glasgow was full of people chanting "Kill the English" and other such pleasant songs. Right. So, and I was having a night out with a friend from Essex, and we pretended we were Dutch for the evening.
And then you don't remember the game because you didn't wake up for the game. That was the night before.
Yeah, Gaza.
Well, he was probably pissed.
I was home for the game.
Right, back for that. So yeah, that's Dad's favourite England-Scotland. Obviously, I was only 6 months old at that time. Parental negligence, by the sounds of things. So I do not remember that game. I have been to one England-Scotland game at Wembley. I'm trying to remember which one we won. I wasn't there for the one that was Ricky Lambert's debut though. It wasn't that one. I was in Portugal when that happened. If you remember Lambert, I think he scored the winner. Was that 3-2? You will correct me if I'm wrong. You either have better memories than me or the added bonus of having the internet. But yes, there is some factual history of England versus Scotland and a little bit of personal recollection for you. I will catch up with you in the not too distant future. Dad's just complaining about the new Hull City shirt that's been released this morning. Not happy about the socks. Ran away.
They're not amber. They're definitely orange.
It's not a big deal, is it? People starving in the world. Right, the team news is not out yet, so I thought, as a preamble, let's ask, who would you like to see start today? Is there anyone, would you like to see an unchanged 11, or is there someone you'd like to see in, someone you'd like to see drop out, a change of formation? What would you like to see?
I'm expecting to see an unchanged team.
Completely?
I don't know. I think it may be too risky to put Maguire straight back in.
He said he'll play a part. So he's either going to come on.
He's definitely on the bench.
It's either going to come on or he's going to start.
Yeah. Well, I'm quite happy for him to start. As I said in your last embarrassing video.
You didn't like Mings?
Mings makes me nervous. Yeah.
You also said Sterling was fortunate to start.
Yeah.
Do you still...
He edited that. I said he was man of the match, is what I said.
Do you still think he was fortunate to start, or are you pleased he
I
started?
think it was an inspired choice.
The England players have just come out for their pre-match viewing of the pitch. See how good the zoom is on this camera that cost me a fortune. Not bad actually, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Got the nostrils if you want it, can you? If I could keep it still, it'd be better, wouldn't it? Came out to quite a lot of booing. Not kidding when I'm telling you there's a lot of Scottish people here, let me tell you. Actually, let me just show you. So, count Scotland flags and count England flags. Let's play a game. There's one England flag there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And what do we got up here? Telling you, Scotland. We seem to have come to Hampden Park. Fair play to them. They haven't had a tournament in a long time. Right, we've got live team news coming in. I mean, we'll be live to you because you're not watching this live, but it's live to us. I told Dad not to look so that we can get it on record. Initial reactions. What do we got?
We got Pickford, Shaw, Rice, Stones, Kane, Sterling, Phillips, Mings, Mount, Foden, James.
I've got my pre-match sustenance. I've gone for a korma. It's bloody boiling. Not spiciness, just pure temperature. Hence why I thought I'd get a quick vlog in. Just bumped into Rob Dorset from Sky Sports. When I say bumped into, I mean I saw him. I didn't vlog that. If you're watching Rob, I don't think he's high profile enough, is he, to vlog. If I see David Beckham or someone, you know, I'll switch the camera on. I'm not sure. Is Rob Dorset even any more famous than Rob Palmer? Barely. No offence, Rob. So, yeah, about an hour until kick-off now. As I say, teams are out. Not long now, the Scottish anthem is banging out. They're loving life. I'm not lying, there's a lot of Scottish fans here. And then we seem to be sat, if you can see, I'll just flip it around. We seem to be sat in the entirely Scottish section. So that should be fun if we, well, either way really, whether we're jumping up or crying. Hopefully it's the former. It feels a lot more like an international tournament. It's a bit exciting. If it was full, oh, I wish it was full. It'd be incredible. The atmosphere would be gripping, but I think it'll still be quite noisy. Tension's building. It's almost as tense as the cliffhanger at the end of the first vlog. I'll catch up with you any minute now. I'm getting a bit excited here. Here come the players! I tell you, it's tasty. Come on, England! Come on, England! We seem to be sat in the Scotland end, basically. Oh well. The Scottish national anthem. Shay Adams is asking his teammates if they know the words. He's absolutely miffed, the poor lad. The English national anthem now, as you can probably hear. Shay Adams accidentally sang along to this one. The place is rocking. I can't imagine what it'd be like with a full house. But rocking even more, I guess. 10 minutes in, huge chance for John Stones. Huge chance, to be fair. Scotland had a chance even earlier, but this one, free header, gone begging, he's hit the post. Oh, it's tight. You can see some nerves out there in the England players, but they've got the talent. They just need to keep their heads. Big chance, but there'll be more to come. There's one right now, actually. Go on, Raheem. Oh my God! Right, I don't normally record when actually things are happening, but that was accidental. Should have scored again, it should be 2-0. It's a glaring chance. There's a bloke behind us who just keeps standing up and making a bit of an idiot of himself, and he keeps shouting at these lads down here. I've just looked up behind me, literally three rows behind. It's Piers Morgan. And it's his sons down there that he's shouting at. So what happens when you sit in posh seats, surrounded by, well, I can't say, they'll demonetise it, but you know what I mean. Half time. That's Piers Morgan there, going in for his many, many half-time pies, I imagine. Gluttony aplenty in the boxes. Well, I don't tell you the half-time score, so I assume you heard that. It's been tense, edgy. England aren't playing great football, but nor is Scotland. I don't think Scotland expect to come and play England off the park. They look well disciplined. They have really good shape when they don't have the ball. And England have had chances. They got in behind in the first half hour a couple of times. Glorious chance from a corner. Stones, I'm pretty sure it was. I can't believe he missed. But then there were a couple after that. Foden had a good one where he was offside, so I can disregard that just about. But yeah, I think Harry Kane has, if anyone was counting, I don't think he barely touched the ball in that half. 2 or 3 touches, really struggled to get into it. I think Reece James is having a bit of a hard time at right back. Foden likes to drift in, and sometimes when he's getting it, there's not a lot in front of him. But yeah, half time. It's only halfway. There's a long way still to go. Come on, England. I was going to say it's Scotland, but I think that's disrespectful, and it made me look really stupid at the end if we lose. So, just come on, England. Come on. All right, Dad, half-time analysis.
Not good enough.
Not good enough.
No, not good enough at all.
I don't think I thought it was quite as bad as you did.
Yeah, I thought it was too cagey, too pedestrian. Just not good enough.
And if you were going to change, I'm sure he'll give it at least 10 minutes, but if you were going to change, say nothing's changed at 55 minutes, what are you doing?
Are we sure Grealish isn't on the bench?
That was what was said.
I read it earlier.
He told me that, so now he's asking me if
I read it on Twitter earlier, but I've just seen a couple of other people on Twitter now saying we should get Grealish on. So,
having said that, I was watching the Netherlands game last night, and Jermaine Genius said that the Netherlands can bring on Donny van der Beek, who's injured and isn't even in their squad. So, don't trust people on Twitter if Jermaine Genius can't even do his research. And also, what do you think of the celebrity sat behind us in the box? And remember, language has to be in tow. There's a danger of YouTube demonetisation.
Well, I can't say anything at all, can I?
A few people asked me on Twitter whether he booed the players taking the knee. We only clocked him about, I think he was late, we only clocked him about 5 minutes in. He was waving to his sons who are not in a box. He doesn't love them that much. It would seem. But yeah.
People had applauded a knee on his head.
Yeah. Okay, he spent most of the game on his phone actually.
Checking for voicemails, probably.
Yeah, a bit of hacking going on behind it. Hacking on the pitch, hacking in the stands. Scotland, I thought Scotland's threat was neutralised as the half went on though. Got a bit of a grip on Adams and Dyke.
They played half decent, I thought they looked alright.
I think they'll be very chuffed with that half.
Absolutely.
And the longer it's 0-0, the more the onus is on England, I suppose, because of being favourites, even though Scotland actually need the points more. Do you think Scotland would take a draw? Bearing in mind they then have to beat Croatia.
There are no circumstances under which England should accept a draw.
But do you think Scotland would take a draw?
Scotland would take whatever they can get.
But bearing in mind, a draw would mean that they would have to win against Croatia.
Yeah, I still think they'd probably take a draw.
No, I'm not necessarily arguing, just putting it, throwing it out there for all you wonderful people, HITC 7 subscribers. I will probably pick up with you either at some stage in the second half if I manage to, or at full time, when hopefully it'll still be coming home. The players are back out, as you can see, for the second half. It turns out Grealish is on the bench, so if it's dangerous misinformation you're after, there is Fox News, Donald Trump, and that man. Grealish is on the bench. He's an option. I don't imagine it will be happening anytime soon. I think I'll give it at least until 55, 60 minutes. For who? For Sterling. Right, Sterling, goal in the first 10 minutes of the half.
It's reverse psychology. It's a good score now.
Surely it's written in the stars. Come on, Raheem. You know the drill. We've been here before.
And can we get James off as well?
That's slagging off Reece James. He hasn't had the best half, but I think he's had a tricky one. As I say, Foden's coming inside. He's up against Robertson, who's obviously a decent left back. He's a bit harsh. He's a bit harsh. Only a couple of minutes left on the clock. It's been a quiet second half. Scotland are on the attack, but it's handball. At the moment, dangerous words, but it's looking like a 0-0. A ball draw, like the very first ever international in 1872. I suspect that one may have been slightly more of a spectacle. Fair play to Scotland. I'm saying this because we're probably going to have to shoot off at full time, so my full post-match analysis probably won't be in the ground, it'll probably be in the car. So I'll catch up with you there. Who knows, maybe one team will nick it. Just gone into the 89th minute. We'll see. Grealish looked good since he's come on, but it's very late now, very late in the day. We are driving away for it's a somber tone there that I've taken to start this. We didn't lose, we drew, 0-0, ball draw. England weren't great, I think would be a fair assessment. The 4 points should see us through though, so we'll stick to the positives. Thought Grealish looked fairly dangerous when he came on. He's maybe staked a claim to start. Do you think he staked a claim to start?
I think he should have been started from the start.
Right. But do you think he will start against Czech Republic?
I don't know. Southgate doesn't seem as big a fan of him as everybody else is, does he? And it's him who picks the team.
Yeah. That's a difficult one, isn't it? Where does he play people? But yeah. Scotland, I'll give credit to Scotland because I think they played well. I think they were organised off the ball. The midfield three were effective. And they created some chances. I think a draw was a fair result for balance of things, wasn't it? I don't think either side could say that they were hard done by. So yeah, we're now looking for a kebab. Dad is kebab hunting. But he's not optimistic about the chances of his kebab.
Kebab hunting's overstating it. I'm just driving past my old kebab shop in case it happens to be open. It's on the way anyway.
My old kebab shop. I used to run it. If we get a kebab, I'll let you know. If not, it's just a completely wasted day if we don't even get a kebab. But yeah, I'll do another video at some point. Maybe when I get home at about 3 in the morning. I'll be even shatter than the last one. He's checking it out. Is it shot?
Shot.
It's shot. It's bloody well shot. Does that? I think that means we'll have to try and come to another game. Because you don't get kebabs up north.
Yeah, you do. It's just for old time's sake, because I used to come to this one once every 2 weeks.
We go again. Because we'll be back for the final when England prepping to play France.
They might have to pull the finger out quite soon if they're going to go to the final.
Dad's got all negative after that showing. Keep your chin up. There was a point where we thought City would never get promoted this season when we were wobbling.
Yeah,
thought we wouldn't even get playoffs.
Switch away.
So there's a lesson to everyone. Sometimes it looks bleak and things don't. We're unbeaten in this tournament. We're talking like we've lost both games.
Yeah, well, I don't think unbeaten against Scotland's much of an achievement.
and Croatia, World Cup semi-finalists.
Beating Croatia was a far better result, even though it wasn't a great performance either. Drawing against Scotland.
It's not over until the fat lady sings. It's real off cliches. Hello, right, I just got home. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, nice and early. Plenty of work to do now this weekend because I've missed a day of work, but hopefully this video compensates slightly. I felt like it could have a bit of a somber tone, this one, because obviously the game was a bit dour, a bit underwhelming, but got to put things in perspective. It's a win and a draw from the first 2 games. Obviously I'm going to go to bed pretty soon. I'll give some very final thoughts on the game. I thought everything was just a bit slow. England needed to move the ball through the lines a bit quicker, didn't they? Every time they were giving Scotland time to regroup, get their shape, and to be fair to them, they kept really good shape. That was hard to break through. But if England had we saw when you popped it around, like Sterling and Shaw had a couple of 1-2s where that created an opening. They could have done that more. A few of them could have done more. Harry Kane, I don't know if he's carrying a knock or something, but that's the first 2 games that he's, I think, struggled to get a real foothold in, and particularly the Scotland game. He was, normally everything sticks to him, and nothing was sticking to him. So, yeah, I thought the decision to bring Rashford on for Kane was slightly unusual because obviously Rashford tends not to play through the middle. Recently, hardly ever plays through the middle. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin sat on the bench, and at that time, Scotland were camped a little bit deeper, and balls were going into the box. And I think Calvert-Lewin's an even better header of the ball than Kane. He's certainly a better header of the ball than Rashford. So anyway, these things. I thought, even though my dad was probably a bit harsh on him, I thought Reece James wasn't great at right back. I don't think Declan Rice or Calvin Phillips did anything wrong, per se. Just neither of them are that player who sort of was going to be constantly demanding the ball and making things happen in the final third. Obviously, Calvin Phillips did create a goal against Croatia, but he's not going to do that on a routine basis. I probably would have, when it clearly wasn't working, I probably would have stuck Bellingham on, and maybe, you saw Grealish did have an impact. Maybe someone like Sancho could have done a similar thing. Also, you bring Grealish on for Foden, so you take off one of your really creative players and you do a bit of a like for like, and you hope that the new one will come up with some magic. So yeah, anyway, I don't want the tone to be too somber because it was still a good day. These were free tickets. How can I possibly complain? And now that it is so late and I'm so exhausted, I'm not so downbeat. If England play like that in the knockout stage against France or Italy or, I don't know, Portugal, Netherlands, anyone half decent, then they're going to be in trouble. But let's hope that was a cagey affair against a rival in an atmosphere. Scotland fans were great, even though there weren't obviously as many fans there as we would like. It was they were, well, I was in the Scotland end basically, so maybe that tainted my perspective, but they were loud in that end. And maybe England were playing not to lose, whereas obviously in the knockout stage you don't really have that luxury because you're either going to win or you're going to lose. So yeah, we'll keep our heads up. Hopefully it's still coming home. I really doubt there'll be another one. This isn't going to end like the last one with an email. I don't suspect. But yeah, we'll see what the future holds. Maybe I will do another vlog in the very distant future of me, I don't know, a Hull City game or just some random game that I am attending. I shouldn't think it will be imminent for reasons that will most likely be obvious at this stage. But yes, regular content will be resuming imminently, and look out for that documentary that I've made about the legacy of England's 5-1 win against Germany in 2001, because I think that's a pretty good video. It's mainly about how it shaped German football, but yeah. Keep your eyes peeled. Subscribe if you don't already. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Try not to be too scathing. Smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, the username is at HITC Sevens. Good night. Sleep tight. I certainly will. Why are you talking? Why are you still talking? Stop talking.